Alright, we're back. I just had to go over my recording and stuff like that, so. So we'll see if we can knock out Izual today. See how well she does. These guys are a little more tankier than Venom Lords are, so they're a little more defensive. Venom Lords is a little more like bruisers, so they're more health, less defense, but they're going to hit a little more harder. Alright, Izual, where are you at, good buddy? Make it easy for me. What's this? Spoon shrine. Yeah, okay. Venom Lords. Yeah, I'm getting like a smidgen of XP and a lot more experience than I actually thought I would, which I'm really shocked by, especially how high of a level that I am. Yeah, flesh spawners. More annoying than the goddamn enemies. What's kind of interesting is because Venom Lords are basically the maxed out level for Act 4, but Pit Lords are actually further into Act 4 than Venom Lords are, because Venom Lords stop out at Chaos Sanctuary, but Pit Lords are actually a level lower than Venom Lords are. So you think that when they designed the game that they would have actually put Pit Lords first and then introduce you to Venom Lords. But I don't know. Maybe it's kind of like one of the scenarios where you is that a terror? You fight the boss before you fight the boss. You know, it's kind of introduction type thing. I still have yet to decide if I want to put any rune words on him. I just don't really have the required gear. Well, I know about that. I do have the required gear, but it's all just like mid 40s and like required like 150 something strength just to use some of the decent stuff that I want. I know one of them I want to use put on him is Insight, which is kind of weird for him since I'm not using like a Lord with Barbarian. But Insight will pack such a punch with that damage, but it's like 41, 45 just to use Insight minimum. So maybe I would be able to use it anyways. And like I said, you have runes like Steel and Malice. Steel's really good for that enhanced damage. Malice is good too if you're going to put it on for like an Act 2 mercenary, because it has a -5 drain life. But since side effects like that do not work on mercenaries, it's actually really good. But so you know, late in the game, I don't think even something like Malice would even be too much of an upgrade for him. And I'm actually, oh there he is. I'm actually missing Hawaiian's actual helmet too, so to complete the full set, which is actually made for a paladin. I did give him the armor, but it only gives you like between this and the weapon. It only gave like an extra 100 defense, so it wasn't even really worth it. This was a tanky boy. But you ain't gonna be able to stop Bob. Apologies for the mouse clicking, but can't be helped. And remember, this is on player 7, so Izual is a lot more tankier than he normally is. And the fact that we took on Travancore and Mephisto on player 7, and Mephisto barely put a dent in me, you know. Diablo, on the other hand, like I said, has always been a problem. no matter which character you choose and play, no matter what your setup is, Diablo will always be a goddamn pain in the ass. And he's actually worse than Bale, in my opinion. Bale is relatively easy as long as you stay next to him. But with Diablo, he always has encounters. Crap. Gainer level. Let's see. That's. We're using polearm for now. I'm not going to put any points in my spear mastery because it's kind of going to be a waste. I was thinking about getting increased speed, but he's already fast enough as it is. So, let me see your combat lines. Let me drop all these gems real quick. But yeah, with Diablo, the fact that he has his Inferno, and then he has his Bone Prison, which is actually strictly mostly made for melee characters and anything else, because of range, with the ranged characters of like the Amazon and the Sorceress, you don't have to really worry about it too much. And then, like I said, he's got that, he's got his Wall, he's got his Firestorm, he's got his Inferno, he's got his Claw, he's got his Bone Prison. So basically Diablo is going to counter you no matter which way you decide to actually play the battle. You try to put it in your favor. But with Bale, on the other hand, because he has that that curse, which kind of works like Amplify, except it drops your resistances, or drops your defense down to like 0 or some crap like that. That's where Bale comes in a little more deadlier, because he's more better at long range because he's got his little Inferno, but it's his Frost Nova, which is really going to hit you the hardest because it comes in 3 different waves. So once it hits you, then it's going to hit you again for that double hit, and on top of that, it's going to freeze you. And he's trying to keep you at a distance, so he's going to use his little tentacles to try to whack you as much damage as he can. But if you can get up close with Bale, I mean, his physical is not really that much. So, okay, so that's out of 3. 799, so 8 extra damage. That'll put me on 105. What the hell else I was going to do? Oh, yeah. Izual. Thank you, mortal. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. Natural resistances. Not going to revert that because almost all my characters never pass normal difficulty, except for my sorceress. So, and even then, I'm just not really going to worry about her too much. You can max out battle orders if you want. Really not going to worry about too much. I gain a decent amount of health as it is. Mostly just going to focus on my concentrate in my defense, because if I have a high enough defense, it doesn't matter how much health I have, as long as it's at least a decent enough. None of the bosses are really going to touch me that much. So we'll put that point in that. So even without the thing, we're still doing 750 damage. I'm going to start wearing my glasses again. I'm having to squint just to look. And then we're hitting 808 damage, so slightly shy of 1k. But that's just with this weapon. And that's required level 28. So wait until I get to a little more further in when I can actually start using the better weapons and stuff. So. And that took about 9 minutes just to go through all that crap, so. And since it's been on player 7, something like that, you know, I'd probably be one-shotting these enemies if I was to put on players 1. So, and it was kind of more so of like starting out with Bob, and it's like slapping on player 7 because, you know, once you leave Bloodmore, if you really grind in Bloodmore, you can start out in Gold Plains around like level 4. But, you know, I said, screw it, you know what, let's put on player 7, give him that extra experience like that. On top of, you'll gain like not only more experience, you'll gain more better magic find because the players higher rune drops and stuff like that. But I'm also just did it for the experience, and then it's just kind of like, well, since we're on player 7, there's no really point of changing it anymore, especially the amount of experience I was gaining, so let's just stick to player 7. So, and I haven't changed it ever since, so I haven't really come across too much of a challenge except for that one spider that almost killed us, so. So now they're introducing Pit Lord, which is really interesting to me. City of the Damned, always a annoying ass place. So we may or may not get to Chaos Sanctuary. But what I will do is I will get the waypoints. What the hell is going on with this thing? Stop wandering away from me, damn it. So if we don't manage to get to the Chaos Sanctuary, I'll just grab the waypoints. And then we'll just pretty much farm about. Hellforge. I mean, I could do it off screen. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal. You're not going to just get a handful of gems, so I might just knock out Hellforge off screen too. I usually just don't bother with it because unless you're playing on playing on Nightmare or high difficulty, Hellforge is just not really worth it. I think the highest ruin you can get is usually the maxed out ruins for the difficulty. So with Nightmare, it's an ruin. With hell difficulty, it's an ist ruin. For at least maxed out level for the Hellforge. So I think it's a orc ruin or is it a shell? Because I think it's a shell ruin. It's the highest you can get from level 2, which is like still level 29 or something like that. Yeah, see, I mean, we just recently just gained our level, and we're almost already halfway through to becoming level 32. So, let's decide this on players 1 difficulty. I mean, I don't think we'd be getting crap with the experience, but because we're on player 7, we're actually getting a lot more experience than we normally would as well. Which, even then on player 7, with the level that we are, I'm surprised we're getting as much experience as we are. Now, Chaos Sanctuary, that's going to be a different story. But I think we should be able to easily build a handle with them. Goddamn grotesque. What the hell they call them? Stygian dogs. He called them grotesque. I think the grotesque are the ones in there. Chaos Sanctuary. I apologize for burping in your guys' ear. They're usually the most annoying ones. It's like, let's give it an enemy that can constantly spawn more enemies. I've been keeping up with a little bit of Diablo 4, and from what I've been hearing from the community, Diablo 4 is just a giant flop. They've pretty much already screwed up the game so much already as it is. It's just like, come on. Oh, okay, cool. Get the waypoint. With 4.5 minutes left. So let's see what we can do. See, now this would make sense. Fire resistance in a fire area. Oh, Udars. Bruiser class. Hits extremely hard, but almost has 0 defense. Champions, Pit Lords. What are you running away for? Looking at my experience bar, I'm gonna see how much this shit gives me. Give me a decent amount, actually. A lot more than I thought he would. Yeah, can't really tell. It's like the 1831 or some crap like that. I'll be able to tell in the video. Because I'm having to just squint. I think I'm gonna just start wearing my glasses from now on. I'll start doing my recording and stuff. gonna take a break every minute. I do apologize. And if you don't know what it's like to have carpal tunnel, imagine sitting like on a toilet seat for so long, or keeping your foot in a certain position when your entire foot goes completely numb, and then you drop your foot and that blood flow comes in and it starts to get like that needly, tingly feeling. Well, that's basically what carpal tunnel is like, except it's in your, goes from your hand all the way down to your usually about your wrist. So it's kind of a pain in the ass when you're trying to do recordings and stuff like that. He hit me pretty hard. The boys are not going to stop me from getting that goddamn weight. I'm also wearing one of my newest band t-shirts, Kitty, and if you guys never heard of Kitty, it's a female black metal band. I've been rocking with them since like mid-2000s, since I was like in high school, thanks to my sister. But if you like black metal and you like female like bands like that, I highly recommend checking them out. Especially some of the older stuff. I prefer. It's actually a lot better than anything else I've listened to them. I haven't listened to them like, I don't know if they even came out with any newer stuff either. But usually it's like with older bands that begin like in the 90s to like mid 2000s, usually their older stuff always tends to be better than their newer stuff. But that's just my opinion. I'm like rocking on them, listening to like Breaking Benjamin, listening to Korn, and stuff like that. It's like you listen to their older stuff in comparison to their newer stuff. It's kind of like your older stuff is so much better. And if you haven't actually caught up the news, which I'm pretty sure most of you have, I'm pretty sure I might have mentioned in one of my previous videos, rest in peace to the lead singer of Smash Mouth. He died, and perfect time too. When I looked it up, he said he passed away from liver failure, so that kind of sucks. And then no more than that, I looked it up and scrolling through social media to find out the voice actor for Harley Quinn, she died too. It's like, are you kidding me? It's like all the good people are just slowly dying off, from like musicians to voice actors to actors themselves. It's like, what the hell? But I mean, like, a good portion of these people were born in like 50s and 60s, so once they start reaching around to like 70, 80 years old, it's like, you think they're going to live for maybe another 10, 15 years, and it's just like, so and so forth died. It's like, no! And they're like big film stars or big musicians, someone you might have just got introduced to, or someone you might have been listening to or been watching their movies for a certain period of time, and it's like a punch in the gut when they finally go. And one of my family members was talking about when the members of Metallica start dying off. That's going to be a big one. For me, it's going to be Ozzy. Once Ozzy, because Ozzy has Parkinson's and like that, so once Ozzy goes, that's going to be a real punch in the gut. I hope that man lives to be 100 plus, but he's still like one of the best musicians out there and stuff like that too. So if you've never listened to Ozzy Osbourne, highly recommend his stuff. He's an extremely good British musician, and of course he's also extremely popular too. So, but either way, we're gonna end the video here. Like I said, I'll probably get Healthwatch off screen, and then we'll pretty much just grind through here and see how much experience and how high level we can actually get Bob. But stay safe, health and sanitize. Make sure to like, subscribe. Can't speak. Think about subscribing. Leave comments below, and I'll make sure to check them all out. See you guys.